All right then. Hello everyone and welcome to the WMI Online Academy 2022. And this academy will take place in the next 8 weeks. There will be a live pitch competition during the last week, and more information about this competition and how to sign up will be provided in mid-September, that's this month. So for the next 8 weeks, you should prepare to be joining this type of webinar. And today's webinar will be the first webinar for this year's academy for the business plan focus, which is the cohort participating today. The title of today's webinar is Where to Start, because it's a how-to, so where to start. And the topic is conducting market research, and will be presented by Professor Caren Ouma, who's with us presently. So my name is Success Eugene, and I'm a WMI graduate scholar from Nigeria. I also work at the National Cancer Care Center, and I'm also WMI's regional coordinator for West Africa. I will be moderating today's session, and I'm delighted to see you all. I can see the numbers really encouraging. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for starting this webinar with this great momentum. So I'll just do a few housekeeping rules, just like was shared on the different groups today. It's good that you encourage the session and make it more interactive using the Q&A session, as you can see on your screen. And if your question, let's say, is not attended to as you'd want, this webinar is meant for you. So please feel free to use the Q&A session again until you're satisfied. Thank you. And I just want to say, if you want the slides and the recording, it will be available for you at the end of the webinar today. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I'll go ahead to introduce our presenter in the person of Prof. Caren Ouma, who will be presenting today's topic to us. Prof. Caren Ouma is an associate professor in leadership and management from Candaria School of Business. She holds a PhD in organizational development and transformation, MBA, and Bachelor of Communication. She's a member of United States International University, a research institutional review board, and she's also a member of the Academy of Business and Retail Management. She's a member of the United States International University Eastern Africa Multidisciplinary Applied Research Conference Review Committee, Doctoral Association of Eastern Africa, and she has functioned as an external examiner in St. Paul's Graduate Student Research Projects and Dar es Salaam University, Tanzania. Professor Caren is an expert in student-centered learning, program assessment, program review, baseline, midline, and endline surveys in social science areas. She's also an expert in curriculum and program development, capacity building, and development of training materials for pedagogical and andragogical learning levels, as well as policy and strategy formulation and development. In addition, she has also participated in various scholarly researches in various countries: Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, Rwanda, Sudan, Tanzania, Somalia, Sudan, and South Sudan. She has received several awards from the International Journal of Innovative Research and Development, also received an award from USIU Africa Top Faculty Award in the year 2013 based on excellent performance. She's also received an award from the University of Nairobi, a scholarship award to undertake an MBA program in 1997. So it's such a delight to have you with us, Prof. Caren, and we know we are going to really gain a lot from your expertise in this field. So I'll just hand over the stage to you. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Success, for the wonderful introduction. Welcome everybody to this particular session. This particular session is an interesting session because we do businesses all over. For your business to become successful, you must be thinking about your customers. You must then be thinking about how do you know your customers? How do you successfully engage with them? So in this particular presentation, we are going to go through marketing, conducting marketing research. And let me just share. Just a minute. Yes. So towards this, I think there's been confusion about what marketing research is all about and what market research is all about. And so in this particular presentation, we are going to make a distinction between the two. But more importantly, we are going to have the definition, what is the definition of market research and all that. And I want you just to pause a little bit because I want to stop sharing and to pause a little bit and think about what comes into your mind when somebody talks about conducting market research. What comes into your mind? Let me just stop sharing just a little bit. And if you can write under the chat what comes into your mind, I think from there we are going to get started. Are you able to hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you very much. So I would like everybody just to write down something on the chat. What comes into your mind when we talk about conducting market research? Just write on the chat if the chat is enabled.
I can see a hand raised.
Yes. Yeah, just write on the chat first. I just want to go through them.
Hi, Gilbert, you can use the chat options.
You can use the chat option, please. Thank you.
Hello, please, the chat is now enabled. So if you can use the chat option, please do.
All right. All right, I can see several chats here, researching the need for such a business, in the target market. Thank you very much, Christine. Thank you very much. I can also see Silobo. Who are my customers? Where are they? What do they want? This is great. Eric, market research is the process done by someone to understand how big is the number of his or her clients as well as their characteristics. Thank you very much. Elizabeth Kalunda, thank you, Prof, for joining. Marketing research is the systematic gathering and analysis of information to find out viability of a product or service. Thank you very much. I can also see Bangura Fode. All right, thank you very much. Success and fellow career. Okay, thank you for introducing yourself. Indeed, you've written valuable information about what your insights are in regards to market research. So thank you very much, everybody. Let me go to the slides again and just share. All right. Let me just put it in slideshow. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, as I've already noted, that when you talk about market research, you are talking about your customers. And the success of any business organization is pegged on whether you interact well with your customers. But how systematically can you know your customers? How systematically can you establish the characteristics of your customers? So this is the gist of the talk today. And so let me just say that at the end of this particular presentation, we are going to underscore the meaning of marketing research. And then we are going to distinguish marketing research and also market research. We are also going to talk about the various steps that you can undertake in order for you to do a marketing research. And then there'll be a reflection question at the end of it that is not going to be done here, but just a question that you're going to ponder around as you conduct your business activities, as you think about your business plan within your businesses. So market research is the systematic gathering. I think Prof. Kalunda, you really got it well. Is systematic gathering, recording and analyzing of data about problems relating to the marketing of goods and services. Now, what we have to note in this definition is that of systematic gathering. This means it has to be scientific and it has to be done in a planned manner. Something systematic is done in a planned manner. And so you record the facts that you gather and you analyze those facts that you gather. But the facts that you gather, those are the data. They are about problems relating to the marketing of goods and services. In your own capacity, I know you deal with goods and services that you sell to your customers, you sell to your market. And so you have to gather information about the various peculiar problems that your customers may be, your business may be going through or your customers may be going through. So this is what marketing research is all about. So then, but market research distinguished from marketing research here is this, again, it is the systematic gathering, recording, and analyzing of data about your target market. So in this regard, you will be asking yourself such questions. Who are your target market for your business, goods, and services? You must know them. And so you must know where they are. Who are they? What are their characteristics? What are their demographic characteristics, economic characteristics, and so on and so forth? So the information that you'll be gathering in your market research is ideally relating to the customers that you are targeting with your services or goods. So a question that comes into your mind then, questions every person, every business person should ask is this, that every business owner must ask the following questions to devise effective marketing strategies. So what are these questions that you have to ask yourself before even undertaking the market research? All right. Who are my customers and potential customers? Now, who are my customers? That means the current customers. And potential customers, these have not become your customers, that maybe in the future you may target them so that you enlarge your market share. So if you are able to answer this question, then you go to the next question. What kind of people are they? Now, when you ask yourself what kind of people they are, you are talking about their characteristics at the same time. Are they very young people? What about their economic status, social status? Where are they found? That is geographical information, where they are found, locations where they are found. Where do they live? Where are they? Do they live in high class area, low class area? So that can inform your marketing strategies, pricing, and even design of products, quantity, and all that. Then another question, can and will they buy your products? After answering the bullet 1, 2, 3, then the bullet 4 there is asking yourself a question, will they afford to buy? Can they buy? Because you can only be selling to them your goods and services that are appealing to them. If your goods and services are not appealing to them, then they won't buy. So you must also discover their likes and dislikes, all right, in this regard, all right? Then am I offering the kinds of goods or services they want, all right? This is a very important question because you can be in marketing, you can be in business, but maybe you are having products that they may not want at the best place, at the best time, and in the right amount, because quantity also matters, especially if you're dealing with tangible products. Then you have to ask yourself a question whether the quantity that you are manufacturing or the quantity that you're selling can be afforded by your target customers. This is something you have to ask yourself. Are my prices consistent with what buyers view as the product's value? So if this is my product, this one here, then I have to ask a question, is the value contained in this product, is it viewed by the customers or the buyers as valuable to them? What is valuable to the customers is what can fulfill their expectations, is what can satisfy them. Will your product satisfy your customers? Are my promotional programs working? If you are engaging in promotional activities, advertising, sales promotions, maybe through broadcasting, through print media, are they working? Are people asking you questions after you have undertaken your promotional programs? Now, that is how you can gauge that your promotional activities are working, all right? So that they can further engage with you, ask you questions about the product or services that you're selling to them. What do customers think of my business? This is also very important because maybe your business is not having good reputation. Maybe the director, you as a director, or you as an entrepreneur, you are engaged in some activities that are not really promoting the corporate image of your business. So how do they talk about your business generally? All right. Is it business that is having high level of integrity? Are people or directors or the way you sell your products, are you taking cognizance of the values of the customers or your values as a person, or you're cheating? There was there's this company, Toyota in Japan, and they manufactured the car that was not functioning well. And the Toyota was called Toyota 110. And they discovered that the Toyota 110 was not functioning well because if you could apply the accelerator, it goes, but also if you apply the brake, it touches also on the accelerator. The company accepted its mishap. And so that enhanced the corporate value of the company, and the vehicles that had been sold in the market were recalled. So are you somebody as an entrepreneur who will always defend, something that is obviously wrong or something that is a mishap in the market? This is something that businesses or entrepreneurs should consider. How does my business compare with my competitors? The world today, you compete with very many organizations. You compete with very many people, very many businesses selling similar or substitute products. But then how does your business compete well with other competitors? This is something that you have to ask yourself from time to time. Are you leading in that kind of business, or you are a laggard in that kind of business? Are you the one who is selling at a lower price, especially if you are targeting customers, mostly in the developing countries where they are very price sensitive because of the economic factor? It is important that you have to really think about that, all right? So those questions form very important, considerations. Where are we? We are here, all right? So market research, most important success factors. How do you know that you are successful in your marketing research? So successful market research requires timely and relevant market information. Very important. Very, very important. Requires timely. Now, important factor here is that you should not collect data or information about your market that is 2-3 years old, 2 years old. You know, so many things must have happened. And you require relevant information, market information. Are you speaking the truth about the data you are collecting, about your customers, about your competitors, who they are? So it has to be timely. So an expensive research program based on questionnaires given to current or prospective customers about satisfaction or dissatisfaction or suggestions of possible new products or services. So what is important in this is that when you are undertaking market research, you have to develop a tool called Questionnaire. And that tool should be composed of, you know, questions interrogating customers, but geared towards knowledge, their knowledge about your business. So the questionnaire can be given to the current customers or prospective customers, you know, or potential customers. And then you analyze your questionnaire, and then you come up with findings about your customers, current customers, and prospective customers. So then what is the market research process that we have to undertake in order for us to be successful in our businesses? Now, market research can involve a very simple research, or it can involve a very complex one. The simple one just requires you to develop a questionnaire to gather information about your current or prospective customers or potential customers. Yes, but there are businesses that are very big. When your businesses will become very big, then you can hire professional market research firms to conduct primary research for you, because you may not have time. And secondly, you may require a lot of information about your big business, so that you hire a consulting firm to undertake market research for you, a primary research for you. All right. So the market research process are 7 in number, regardless of whether it is simple, whether it is complex. It goes through 7 steps. What are these 7 steps? Step number 1, define market problem and opportunities. So this is a very important step that if you miss it, then you cannot go to the next steps that are there. This is the first one. So the opportunity here, it may be a new product that is, or a service that you may be trying to really launch. So is there market for it? Are there customers for it? So people have not known about your product or service. And so you develop a questionnaire about the kind of product that or service that you are intending to sell to your target customers. Or it can be a problem that you are already encountering in your business. So you want to be aware of your business and its products or services. Maybe the services is low or the products are low in terms of maybe sales, in terms of maybe profit, in terms of maybe market outreach or market share. And that is a problem already. So you may want to conduct research, in market research, in order for you to find out why is there a problem. And then from there, you can develop strategies that can be used to sort out the problem. So the market is familiar with your business, but still is not doing business with you. So that is also a problem area. There are you've undertaken promotional programs, you have advertised your product, they are aware, but still they're not buying your product or they are not partaking to your services. So you may want to discover what is happening about the market I'm targeting. Why are they not really patronaging in your products? So that is another problem. Another problem is that your business has a poor image and reputation. People talk about it. You know, you ask any person whom you may think can be a potential customer, but then the information that you get from those people is that it is not a good business. Your business is having poor image and reputation. So you may conduct research and ask questions why there's the perception of poor image or reputation about your business. Another problem that can be there, and here I believe you may be thinking about several problems for your businesses that you can engage research, market research, so that you can establish why those problems exist and what you can do about those problems. So your goods and services are not reaching the buying public in a timely manner. Maybe people complain, yeah. Why are they not reaching your customers in a timely manner? The other time I had visitors at home and I wanted some food stuff, and where I was buying online. And the person who was to bring really delayed. And so that caused me stress. So I was wondering why the person who was sent was not reaching my home very early so that I could also make food for my visitors. So next time, maybe I won't buy from there. So that is also another area of market research. I think I saw somebody carrying up his or her hand. Hello? Yes, for day. Maybe if we can, unless it is something, if I can go through everything and then so that we save time, then after that we can have question and answer session. For days, that's okay. For day? All right, I can't hear for day. All right. All right, so step number 2, after defining your problem or opportunity, set objectives and budget and timetables or schedule. This is very important. What are your objectives? What is the budget? Because you're not just going to do market research without that objective. So the objectives can be from the problems or the opportunities, the slide that we've just gone through. So you set objectives, you turn them into objective form. For example, if you come back here, all right, under the opportunity, you can set your objective. The objective will be to launch a new product or service in the market. That is an objective. Or it can be to sort out this first problem, all right? This is to be aware of my business and its products or service, why I have low sales. That can be an objective in this regard. So set your objectives, then set your target, because when you are targeting your customers, sometimes you may have to reach them. So you have to set your target. Is reaching them going to have budget implication? Maybe you're going to drive from one place to another. Maybe you are going to really use the media available, and it has to cost you in order for you to have a media platform. All right. and timeline, work plan, your work plan for each and every activity that you're going to undertake. So explore the nature of a problem so you may further define it. Determine how many people will buy your product or service, packed in a certain way and offered at a certain price. So these are also objective, maybe to test possible cause and effect relationships. For example, if you lower your price by 10%, or what will happen to the sales volume, or what sales will you expect? All right. What impact will this strategy have on your profit? So you just want maybe to test possible cause and effect relationships, and can be on price, for your products, can be on quantity as well. You want to increase the quantity. What impact will it have on sales? Maybe instead of packing your products at 5 grams, maybe you want to increase that to 10 grams. What impact will it have on sales? And of course, that high sales will be related to high profit. Still on budget, allocate a small percentage of gross sales for the most recent year to use on market research. Now, this is what is normally done if you want to really have budget for your market research. And best practices has it that a 2% for an existing business is sufficient enough for your budget, 2% on your gross sales. So always have 2% of your gross sales set aside to undertake marketing activities. And that can be factored in your main frame of budget. Planning to launch a new product or business, you may want to increase your budget to as much as, a higher percentage, like 10% of your expected gross sales. But this should be really taken seriously, because you have also to consider other budget items as well. And 2% always is a best practice. But if you find that maybe you want to undertake a major market research, maybe engaging even consultants or some firms, marketing firms, established marketing firms, then you can have it at 10%, because of course, consultants will charge you a lot of money. But the 2%, if you just want to undertake maybe just a simple research, maybe by your own, and so cost of transport will be there, cost of printing materials will be there, and so on and so forth, so that you undertake the research. So apart from using or paying the budget on your gross sales, you can also have other methods to set the budget. You can analyze and estimate the competitor's budget and calculate your cost of marketing per sale. You may be having a competitor well known to you, and you can gauge how much they have been using in marketing their, undertaking marketing research for their products by just getting some information, intelligent information from the competitors. Timelines, when it comes to schedule, what do you do? Prepare a detailed timeline to complete all steps of the market research process. When will you prepare questionnaire? When will you get out to deliver the questionnaires to the potential or current customers? When will you analyze data? When will you come up with the strategies now to address the problems or the issues that warranted you to undertake the market research? So develop a timeline for each and every activity. Then establish target dates that will allow the best accessibility to your market. Don't be very aggressive and don't fix timelines which cannot be fulfilled. And also consider holidays, public holidays, and weekends, of course, because those days you may not be able to reach your customers well. So factor that in your timelines as you work out your schedule. Step number 3, select research types or methods and techniques that you're going to use. 2 main types of research that are available that can be used. It can be primary or secondary. So primary is original information gathered for a specific purpose. So here is where you develop a questionnaire. You come up with your own questionnaire. And with your own questionnaire, you conduct market research. Or when you hire a firm, they can also undertake primary market research. And it is original research. They engage in getting original information from the target market. And secondary one is information that is already available from books, from journals, and reading about the characteristics of your market. And so that particular information can assist you to develop marketing strategies that you can use in order for you to engage with your customers. All right. So the secondary research is faster, of course, and less expensive because the information is readily available as opposed to primary research. So when you are gathering secondary research, it may just involve even trip to your local library, or maybe you have a link to your library, and at your comfort, you can access information from libraries, various libraries or business centers, or just browsing the internet, and also gathering some books in order for you to read what people have already put down in terms of information about the specific customers or potential customers that you want their information. So you can utilize information that are already available, the service, the books, magazines, journals, internet, and so on and so forth. All right. Local sources provide better information as local conditions might back national trends. And sources of secondary research material, of course, I've already talked about this. Libraries, college repositories, very important, universities, repositories, trade and general business publications and newspapers, trade associations, and government agencies. An article may show how much working mothers spend on convenience goods, for example, ice cream, sweets, cold drinks, cigarettes, magazines, medicine last year, or even this month. And that is good information enough for your business, such that if you are dealing in such particular products, the convenience goods, then by just reading an article, you will have known what is happening to your customers. If you are thinking about selling a convenience good, this information will show you what kind of market there is for convenience goods. So it doesn't show you how much they are willing to spend on your particular product. That is the disadvantage using the secondary information. All right. So in your country, for your business, I know you come from diverse countries. Think about this question as we go on with the steps. What are the advantages of secondary market research? What are the disadvantages of secondary market research? Will you be able to utilize secondary market research? Or will you go into details using primary market research? So ponder around that question in your country for your businesses. So primary market research can be as simple as asking customers or suppliers how they feel about a business, or as complex as surveys conducted by professional marketing research firms, of course. So examples of primary research, you can directly email the questionnaires But the essence of using direct mails is the knowledge of the addresses of your customers. And of course, you have to appreciate that this can be challenging to know your customers' addresses so that you can mail to them the questionnaires. All right, or online or telephone service, again, the knowledge of telephone numbers of your customers can really be challenging. You can also use experiments. You go to a particular place and place your product and observe how the customers are reacting or buying your products. Panel studies can also be used where you engage some people and ask them about the product or services you're selling, what they like, what they don't like about the product. It's like FGD or focus group discussion for those whom you think are your potential customers and also your already customers. Test marketing is also another way you can use. Just sending your products to some people and getting their feedback and behavior observation, of course. So it is divided into creative and non-creative research, that is primary. So the non-reactive research is just that you observe how real people behave in real market situation without influencing their behavior. Then the reactive one includes surveys, interviews, and questionnaires. So non-reactive, you don't talk to them, you just observe what is happening. So step number four, you have to think about the kind of instrument that you're going to use. I've talked about questionnaire quite a lot. You develop a tool which is having questions that you want to ask them, or discussion guides. Maybe you want to have a focus group discussion with some of the intended potential market or some current market. So you just prepare a discussion guide, some questions that you will expose them into discussion so that you can get information about what is happening with your products and your business, or just observation and experiments. So the most common research instrument is normally the questionnaire that is normally used. And when coming up with a questionnaire, please keep it simple. If it is very detailed and complex, you may not get the answers you want to get. Keep it simple. Begin the survey or the questionnaire with general questions or the background information about the customers. For example, where do you live? What age bracket? What income bracket? Those are general questions. And then you come to the more specific questions for your market research, especially based now on the objective that you wanted to really explore. So design a questionnaire that is graphically pleasing and easy to read. And especially if you are to send these questionnaires to your potential or current customers, let the questionnaires be crispy, juicy, and they can be pleasing to the readers. I think this is very important. There are several times you may be receiving some questionnaires, and if they're boring, normally you don't even go to the next step, answering the questions. So design questionnaires that is graphically pleasing and easy to read. Fonts, keep the fonts legible, that if you are to email them, and also proofread the questionnaire before you really send them to your customers. Words or phrases mean different things to different people. So you have really to know your grammar and the people you are targeting. So when you are coming up with your questionnaire, you can have closed-ended questions or open-ended questions. When you have closed-ended questions, you have normally multiple choices where the questions, the respondents or the target customers can easily tick. But open-ended questions, they are in statement form. And Normally the open-ended questions, we have to be very careful here. If you are dealing with people who are knowledgeable, customers whom you think they are knowledgeable and they can provide more insights to the questions you are asking them, you can also have open-ended questions that they can give their insights about what you are asking. However, if you think your potential customers or your current customers are not knowledgeable, I think it will not be fruitful for you to have open-ended questions. Try to minimize and have them closed as much as possible. Again, you can have scales when you are having your questionnaire, and this refers to questions that ask respondents or customers to rank their answers or measure their answer at a particular point on a scale or a continuum. For example, a respondent may have the choice to rank his or her feelings towards a particular product, your product, from strongly disagree to strongly agree. So they can be ranking, yes. And fill in the blank can also be another form of questionnaire. For example, question might read, when I buy medicine for stomach upsets from God's Way Pharmacy, I normally feel better, and the medicine usually costs about $1 per week. This is fill-in, so you can have some of the fill-in questions. Maybe the last words there can be a fill-in. You allow the respondents to fill in the remaining words. So you can leave it. Medicine usually costs about dash. So the $1 per packet may be a question that can be filled in by the target customers or the current customers. Number 5, collect data. After designing your questionnaire, you collect the information. To obtain clear, unbiased, and reliable results, collect the data under the direction of experienced researchers or trained staff. If you feel that you're not trained to collect the data, maybe you're having challenges of language or familiarity, get somebody who can collect data, who may be familiar to the current or potential customers, or get somebody who is experienced. But if it is just simple research, you can do it your own, but you have to practice on how to talk to the customers, potential and also current customers. Before beginning data collection, you must train, educate, and supervise your research staff. If you have people who are going to collect for you data, take them through the questionnaire tool, tell them this is the questionnaire tool. And of course, maybe you had already pilot tested the questionnaire. And so the information that you will get from the current customers or potential customers, you are sure, out of precision, you are sure that those are the answers that you may get from those particular respondents. So untrained staff conducting primary research will lead to interviewer bias. So train them first, go take them through the questionnaire, and so that they familiarize themselves with what you want. Step 6, organize and analyze the data. After gathering all the information, the data should be analyzed. But before the data is analyzed, you have to clean the data, because some of the information filtrated in the questionnaire you received from the potential customers may be outliers, and you may not want really such information to go into your data analysis. So clean the data that involves editing, coding, and tabulating results. So start from the first question from the questionnaire or research instrument that you had used to collect data, and do that throughout. Do the editing, the coding, and the tabulation throughout. All right. Step number 7, present and use market research findings. So once marketing information is collected and analyzed, you can now present it in an organized manner for you to make a decision. And the decision will always lead to the marketing strategies, because you want to sort out a marketing problem. You want to really discover market opportunity. So that will lead to your strategic actions. Yeah, so you can document the market research findings in the marketing analysis section of your business plan, because marketing research is one of the components of your business plans. So it forms a very important section in your business plan. So the document that you will have analyzed will be contained in your business plan. And you may be thinking now, what sort of analysis will be there? Or what sort of information in all this process will be there? Inside your business plan, one of the children will be the market research. And the market research will contain all the information about your customers or potential customers. All right? That can help you very well when you are now targeting even donors, you are targeting development partners to fund your business, and also give you direction about how to interact with your customers and also potential customers. Now, just as a reflection here, I would like you to just think about this. Explain the benefits of conducting market research. After going through the 7 steps and having a document, what benefit can it yield to your business and also to your customers? All right. Thank you very much. At this juncture, I would like to take up questions or points of clarification, if there are any.
Yeah, yes, Prof. Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation. We have a lot of questions here, and I just answered one, which was asking how much would you allocate for your research? That's talking about the budget. If you're just starting and you just have a small capital. I answered, that was Eric. I answered that it should be 2% according to your presentation. Hope that's correct.
That's correct. 2% of the capital that you are having.
Oh,
because maybe you have just gotten some money that you want now to start your business. And so you want to allocate some of the expenses and buy some of the products, or buy some of the equipment and tools for your business. So really 2% out of the money that you have, even if you are supported, set aside 2%. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prof. And I have another question here saying, are there known ways to make your questionnaires more graphically, geographically, I think, okay, graphically pleasing to the customers? Are there known ways to make your questionnaires graphically pleasing to the customers?
Very good indeed. When you are designing your questionnaires, graphic does not mean drawing a graph, all right? But have your questions logically arranged, and there should be no repetition when you are designing your questionnaire. Check whether the answers to question 1, for example, is the same answer to question 5, for example. So avoid repetition. Then let the questions be appealing by using simple English. If you are to develop your questionnaire in English, for example, French, for example, or your native language, for example, let them be simple. It doesn't show that your business will have mighty or will have, recognition when you have jargon in your questionnaire. So let it be as simple as possible and visible as possible. Before you really expose your questionnaires to your target respondents, let somebody also proofread for you the questionnaire, and then have some mock test or a pilot test to your questionnaire so that you can get a feel on what type of answers you may expect when now you embark on the full market research.
Thank you so much,
you.
Prof. I hope that answered your question, Larry Maredza. So we have another question here from James Bido. He says, what is the minimum sample size for good market research, assuming that your targeted population is unknown? The minimum sample size. Yeah.
All right. There are various ways in which you can calculate a known number of population. Very many ways to calculate that. You can refer to Yamane formula to calculate, and I don't want to come up with those figures here. They are known population, so that you can get a representative sample of the unknown population. There are very many formulas. I don't want to get into the statistical formulas of calculating. I refer to Yamane. Yamane formula. Yamane is Y-A-M-A-N-E. Even if you Google, you will be able to find that and get a representative sample. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Prof. The next question I can see, that's from Fode Bangura. And I have similar question also. He mentioned, he said, Prof. Ouma, thank you so much for your explicit and spontaneous and explicit presentation. Prof, is this market research process a continuous activity even after one has established his or her business or company?
A very good question indeed. Market is dynamic. Potential customers, today they say this, tomorrow they say this. They are sophisticated customers, and there are very many factors that affect the behavior of customers. Today they tell you, I like your product so much, and they buy. Tomorrow, they are not telling you the same. I would, as much as possible, say this should be done continuously in a calendar year because of the dynamics of the customers and also competitors. You know, today you are ahead of the competitors, tomorrow they are ahead of you. So it is not something that is done only once. It should be a continuous process, and plan for it in your budget activities, in your annual budget activities. That is what I would advise. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. And we have 3 questions here. So the first question is saying, can someone start a business and be successful without conducting market research? And then goes further to say, what are the likely challenges an entrepreneur is likely to face without market research? I think those two questions are together.
Yeah.
And the third question is, if I have not been in, should I repeat the second question?
Can I answer that? Without market research,
Right,
it will be chance that if you can succeed, it is just by chance. But actually, businesses that are based on chances cannot survive for long. You can start your business well, and somebody can tell you that I did not even carry out market research, and here I am. Really, it is very, very difficult for you to succeed in the long run without market research. Okay, take an example of somebody just selling sweets along the roadside, all right? Because nobody has started selling sweets along the roadside, or maybe near a bus stop or a train stop station. So you are the only one. Tomorrow, there'll be another one who is selling maybe a different kind of sweet, and people will turn to that. Customers will now switch to the competitors who is selling a different kind of sweets. All right. So really, it is important that you undertake market research. You cannot survive for long just not doing market research. It will be short-lived. Your success will be short-lived. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prof. And the third question is saying, if I have not been in business before and I am just out of the university, like we all know, most of the people present are just getting out of the university. Are there simple market research strategy or tool I can use which is less costly for a business starter?
I did not get the last sentence. Are there?
Okay. Yeah. Are there simple market research strategy or tool I can use which is less costly for a business starter?
Yes, that is what we talked about, ranging from simple to complex. You can just do it on your own. And, the beauty of it is that you are already gathered knowledge from the university level. So you can have your good communication skills to get to know who your customers are and what their likes and dislikes are and what their background information are, so that can give you information on how to interact with your customers. So you may not need really to engage in a very complex one where you hire consultants, but always you have to budget for it, because even for your time, there will also be costs involved, maybe transporting yourself from here to there. Maybe you have your car, yes, who is fueling your car? Who is fueling your car? You have to take lunch also when you move to other places if you didn't carry your lunch with you, all right? So you have to also budget for it in one way or another. So it can be cheaper on your side, but as your business starts to grow, that will also require complex marketing research, because you don't endeavor just to remain where you have started. You want to be expanding your business from time to time. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you for the very engaging session. We learned a whole lot. I did, and I'm sure the participants also did. So today we'll bring today's webinar to an end. I just want to say that if you have more questions, please, you can send it via email to me or post it on the WhatsApp group, and we'll get back to you with the answers. Okay, I can see another question from Fode. Don't worry, we'll answer that. Prof would answer that later on because we are already over time. Thank you so much. The recording would be available and the slides would also be available. Thank you so much, Prof. We're delighted to have you and we learned a lot.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
everyone.
much, and thank you very much, everybody. And remember my question towards the last end there. Try to answer that reflective question during your own free time, and I'll really appreciate. And it is my pleasure to have engaged with you. Thank you very much.